In a stunning turn of events, Donald Trump is holding a rally in the Democrat state of New York. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today we have to talk about the 2024 presidential election because Donald Trump is holding a rally in the Democrat state of New York. Yeah, that's right, it is official. After months of speculation as to if Trump was going back to New York, if he was going to hold a rally there, well, we can finally confirm that, yes, he will be holding one more rally in the city of New York later this month. And of course, it's going to be at Madison Square Garden. Now, we've kind of known for many months now that Trump's wanted to hold a rally at Madison Square Garden since, I believe, like April. It might have been like May, but either way, he's been wanting to do a rally at Madison Square Garden for at least like 4 to 5 months. It seems like it's been even longer, but either way, it is official. He will hold a rally at Madison Square Garden. And everyone lost their minds. It seems like everyone has very strong opinions on this rally in New York City, just like they did with the rally in Colorado, like they did in California. A lot of people are saying that this is a bad campaign move, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy. Why is he in New York City when he should be in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, especially in the last week of the election? Which, I can understand the criticism, okay? Yeah, we understand that you want to do better in New York. But why hold a rally in New York City in the final week of the election? Like, if this was July, if this was August, okay, that's a little bit different. But in late October, to many people, this seemed like a terrible idea. It's a waste of time. What's the point? Well, there's a bunch of reasons why Trump is holding a rally in New York. For starters, he wants to win the popular vote. That's what it comes down to. That's the number one reason why he's in New York City. He wants to win the popular vote. Because if he does win the election, he wants to make sure that he wins both the Electoral College and the popular vote. So Democrats can't say, well, he won the Electoral College, but he lost the popular vote. That proves our system's broken. It's garbage. We should abolish the Electoral College. Which is the same shit they pulled back in 2016. He doesn't want a repeat of 2016 where he wins the Electoral College but loses the popular vote, and that's why people say he's a fake president. He didn't actually win. It's a rigged system. That's what he wants to prevent. If he wins both, Democrats have no excuses. They lost. They lost both the Electoral College and the popular vote. So he's trying to prevent the situation where he wins the Electoral College but loses a popular vote, and Democrats have an excuse of, well, we lost the Electoral College because it's a rigged system. If this was a fair system, we would have actually won. That's what he's trying to prevent. He's trying to stop all the excuses. He's trying to win both the popular vote and the Electoral College. But that's not the only reason Trump is holding rallies in New York. You, of course, have critical House races. That's something I think a lot of people are not understanding. There are some must-win House races in the state of New York. And if Republicans don't win them, their pathway to a House majority, it's all but dead. People like Michael Lawler, they have to hold on. If they lose, we still have a pathway, but more than likely, Democrats are going to win the House. That's the second biggest reason why Trump is holding a rally in New York. He wants to keep the House. In fact, maybe try to expand the majority. You don't know, but either way, those are the two main reasons, on paper at least, Trump is holding a rally in New York. But there is one other potential reason that some people are suggesting, which I want to be clear about one thing. I still think at the end of the day, Trump is going to lose New York. He's going to lose the state. It's just too Democrat. But I still believe, despite the fact that he's going to lose New York, it's going to be way closer than it was back in 2020. Back in 2020, Biden won it by roughly 23 points. Well, we all know in the last 4 years, the state of New York has trended significantly Republican. Look at what happened back in 22. Lee Zeldin only lost by 6 points. And if I'm being honest, he probably would have won this race if he had momentum even a little bit earlier. For those that don't remember, Lee Zeldin picked up momentum at the last second. It went from, yeah, he was down by like 10 to 15 points to, oh crap, he actually has a chance at winning. The problem is, he surged just way too late. If he would have had that surge in like late September and early October, there's a good chance that he would have won. At the last second, he picked up so much momentum that some people thought that, yeah, there's a chance that Lee Zeldin could pull off the upset. But sadly, it was too late. His momentum, it started way too late. But he still put up a very good fight, only lost by 6 points. And when you look at the results even further, New York is trending Republican. It's apparent that it's not just a one-off occurrence. The off-year elections, Republicans have done great there. It seems like the state of New York, it really is trending Republican. Well, this is a state that some people have suggested maybe Republicans can flip the state of New York. Maybe Republicans could pull off the upset in this very Democrat state. And that's why some people are saying, well, that's why Trump's holding a rally in New York, because he wants to expand the map. Now, I want to be clear that I still think at the end of the day, Harris will win New York by quite a bit. I think she will win New York by like 10 to 15 points, maybe a bit less, but I just don't think it's going to be a big enough shift to flip the state. But I can understand why some people are thinking that maybe the Trump campaign has seen something here that no one else has seen. Maybe there's momentum for Trump in the state that no other polls picked up on as of now. Now, like I said, I'm not saying Trump's going to win New York. I still think he loses it by like 10 points or whatever. But there's been some very fascinating reports the last 24 hours from Democrats that makes you really wonder. But look at this. The Wall Street Journal, they had internal polling leaked from the Democrat Party that had Trump up by 3 in Wisconsin. And there's been other polls out there where Trump's up by a lot in Pennsylvania. He's doing very good in Michigan. He's up in Georgia, up in Arizona. That's the Democrat internals, which I'm not saying this is 100% real, but this is coming from the Wall Street Journal. This is coming from the Tammy Baldwin campaign, where, by the way, they had Baldwin up by 2 points. Yeah, that same poll that had her up by only 2 points, that same poll had Trump up by 3 in Wisconsin. And this wasn't the only thing that dropped yesterday. You had a report from Mark Helpred where he basically said, yeah, the Democrat Party, they believe that Trump's in a very good position. The private polling's a disaster for Harris. They're extremely bullish on Trump's chances. I mean, listen to what he's saying. He's saying, hey, the Democrat numbers are so bad in private polling, which private polling's way more accurate than public polling. I'm not talking about the fundraiser polls. I'm talking about the actual polling for campaigns. It is not good for Harris whatsoever. That's what they're claiming. That's what some people are saying behind closed doors, that Democrats' own data look like a complete disaster for Kamala Harris. So if she's really down by 3 in Wisconsin, if she's getting crushed in Pennsylvania, she's getting crushed in Georgia, Arizona, maybe, and I'm not saying this is the case, maybe Trump has the swing states locked down. Maybe he's doing so good in the states where, yeah, he's going to hold events in Wisconsin, which he will. But he literally just announced he's holding rallies in Arizona, in Wisconsin, in Pennsylvania, across the board. Same thing with Vance. They are holding a bunch of events. Well, Kamala Harris is doing nothing, but either way, it's possible that maybe they believe that they got the swing states, at least they're in a very good position to win them. And maybe they believe, well, you know what? Let's hold a couple rallies in New York, in California. Not all of our rallies. People make it sound like they're holding like 20 rallies in California. No, they're holding 1 in California and 1 in New York. They announced like 5 or 6 rallies in like Wisconsin, Arizona, Pennsylvania, you know, the actual swing states. While they announced like 2 or 3 in Democrat states. Maybe Trump's campaign believes that they could try to expand the map. Maybe they think they got the swing states locked down and they think to themselves, you know what? We have nothing to lose. If we're winning Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina by quite a bit, that's what Democrat polling suggests. Maybe they have numbers out of New York that suggest that the state's way closer than it should be. I'm not saying that's the case, but it would make sense if these reports are accurate. If the Wall Street Journal, if their internal polling that got leaked was real, which I think it is, because we heard this from Axios and Politico. They reported this like a week ago, that Baldwin is up by only 2 points. That same poll had Trump up by 3 in Wisconsin. Maybe that's why Trump's holding a rally in New York. Not 3 or 4 of them, just one. To see what happens. Like, you know what? We have nothing to lose. We're still going to hold rallies in Pennsylvania, in North Carolina, in Georgia, the actual swing states. But you know what? Let's have a quick pit stop in New York City. Just to see what happens. See if we gain momentum. See if there's anything real happening here. And we'll see what happens. Maybe Trump is trying to expand the map into New York, into Virginia, which I still think is very unlikely, but I guess it's possible. Maybe Trump's seen something that no one else has seen, which I have a hard time thinking Trump's going to win New York. I know it's going to trend Republican, but you're talking about a state that back in 2020 voted for Biden by over 23 points. Is it possible that it shifts 24 points in one cycle? I guess. But I don't think it's going to happen. It's entirely possible, but with the trends we saw back in 2022, even in 2023, there are some very good trends in New York. And maybe Republicans, they're seeing something right now that no other poll is showing. That's entirely possible. We just got to see what happens, but if Trump is really expanding the map into New York, New Jersey, those states, Harris could be in deep shit. Because if the Trump campaign is really trying to expand the map and not just doing this for the popular vote, their numbers in like Pennsylvania and North Carolina and, you know, the other swing states, they have to be so good that they believe they're going to win those states no matter what. Because why the hell would you hold a rally in New York? If you think you can expand the map, why New York? If you're trying to win the election, you should focus on the swing states first. And maybe that's what they found out, that they're actually up by so much in Pennsylvania that they have nothing to lose. Why not? Try something in New York. See if we can do something in New Jersey. It's still a very big stretch to say that Trump is going to flip New York. He's going to win it by some miracle. I don't think it's going to happen, but who knows? Maybe something crazy happens where Trump actually pulls off the upset, which if that actually happens, I will laugh hysterically on election night, because if you would have told me 4 years ago that Trump was not only expanding the map, he was flipping states like New York, I would have said you're crazy. That's never going to happen. But the Trump campaign, they might be seeing something that no one else has seen. And that might explain why Democrats in recent days, their own numbers that have leaked, they're all saying that's not good. There are no positives here for Harris whatsoever. Again, I'm not predicting whatsoever that Trump's going to flip New York by some miracle. I'm not saying that. But it makes you really wonder. Is New York a lot closer than some people suggest? I'm not saying that's the case, but we'll see on election night. Maybe Trump's campaign, they found something in New York that no other pollster or data analysts realized. Maybe they found something in their own polling that suggests to them that, hey, wait a minute, there's something happening here. We should invest some money here to see what happens. Maybe we lose it, but you know what? If we're up by a lot in Pennsylvania, let's just try. Let's see what happens here. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.